Good morning. Good morning. Happy Friday. Um, Happy Friday. Happy Scorpio season. We just walked into that today actually, and so we welcome in the mystery. We welcome in this deep exploration, this rebirth, this death and rebirth, and topics like truth or sex and this darkness. These are all things that we can explore today. Um, I love Scorpio. I have Scorpio rising, and so I really resonate with the energy of this astrology. It really feels like home to me, going into those deep and mystical places that are oftentimes uncomfortable, but it's through the mud that we illuminate the the light. Um, okay, so today I'm bringing in a topic that is I'm still trying to still trying to bring it down, and but it's so obvious as well. So we'll start with a little bit of like defining dynamism. And so dynamism is a word that we often associate with like huge movement, like really powerful. And at its root, dynamism or dynamic means power or force. Now, if we think about it in like mm, just a natural body way, I would consider that dynamism is any movement happening, like any force within that is creating a movement. And so, and so we start our movement when we're born through the breath. And this is essentially our life force. I breathe, therefore I prosper. I breathe, therefore I exude life force. I breathe, therefore I am. And and through this initial breath, we begin our movement. And I would call breath dynamic. A dynamic breath is a moving breath. It is a breath that is charged and open and free and moving us. And so primary movement is our breath that is dynamic, it is moving, it is powerful, it is a life force. And then moving into a movement through our bodies, I would say the more you move, the more alive you are. And this, I really feel so close into my heart that if I'm not moving, if I'm having some more sedentary days where I'm at my desk a lot or whatever, I really do feel a stagnancy within. So it's not beneficial to my health or my well being to be in a um, super sedentary place. So I need to be moving, and that really allows me to feel alive. Um, Now, there is this beautiful quality of being in this body that through movement and through breath, we are constantly responding and like I guess we're absorbing and we're integrating and we're communicating and responding to our environment. And this is so beautiful because this can be at our very like visceral physical level, but also at our more energetic subtle levels, like so the there's like a frequency, a vibration that we're constantly emitting ourselves and that we are responding to from our environment or others. And it's like when you walk into a room and somebody's in a bad mood and you can just feel it instantly, and there's like this like, oh god, and there's a retraction, there's a contraction, like a, oh, I'm gonna, like, I want to stay away from that. And the same sort of energy fields we're dealing with all the time. Now, dynamism as a path to liberation. So it is my sort of belief that through our breath, through our movement, we are able to free ourselves. We are able to kind of become more liquid, more, um, um, I guess, more able to be like a river. that the river is constantly moving and finding its flow, and it's always just sort of very much melting onto the surfaces that it comes into contact with. Like it's very much um, I can't speak. I can't find my words, but it's very like uh, it's not resisting anything. So here's an interesting concept that I am kind and I don't know how it really links. As I said, I'm still sort of trying to ground this into reality, into my earth plane right now. But like, it is my idea, and many people's ideas, I think, that when we're attaching ourselves to things that are constantly moving, that is where suffering happens. That when we are um, attaching our identity, attaching our experience, attaching our our truth of being on things that are constantly going to be moving, the objects in our life, the experiences, the relationships, the feelings, the emotions, the um, whatever, this sort of stuff, the things that are always going to be changing, when we're attached to that, then we're always going to have suffering. So by allowing movement to really be this thing that is like moving and free and not attached to, that we don't like hold on to, we are able to liberate ourselves, that we are able to come back to our true self, which is our infinite internal self that is not, never changing and always whole and always full. And yeah, so that kind of like takes it deep, but I believe that like this luminosity and this aliveness and this life force that we have through our breath and through movement is really this beautiful path of learning the beauty and the grace and um, the life that is possible when we allow movement to be transient, to not attach to it, but rather to use it as a tool to experience and to really relish in feeling and participating and sensing all of the beautiful feedback that's always coming into our field at any given time. And so I don't know what I'm saying exactly yet because I'm still trying to land it, but it felt important to say that this movement is through our breath and through our bodies is an opportunity to feel and to explore our inner landscape and our outer landscape a little bit more intimately. And through this dynamism that is just intrinsic to our nature, that we're always changing, especially on the physical plane, that there is this continuous evolution, this continuous moving quality to us, that by knowing that we can anchor behind that into true self that is never changing and allow movement to sort of wash as it will with um, more letting go, more freedom, more surrender to just allowing the sensations, the feelings, the experiences, the people to wash in and out of our life. Okay, so we'll move with that, and so make your way to your mat, and we'll start on the hands and the knees, and so the hands can walk forward. You want space for your belly to be long. So instead of having the hands kind of really kind of close in, we're going to take them forward so that the hands are ahead of your shoulders and the knees are underneath of your hips. And the top of the foot presses down with a subtle drag back. Slide the hips back and then begin to glide your ribs wide from side to side. The hips slide back, the belly stays soft, and then we widen the ribs side to side. And as you glide your ribs wide towards the left side, right ear to right shoulder, you can tuck your chin into your chest and press down the mat. Allow the belly to soften, hips slide back. Right ribs glide wide, left ear to left shoulder, chin to chest, press into the mat, fill through the back. Just bringing this beautiful soft movement into your body, hips back, soft belly, gliding from side to side. And if you would like to evolve this motion. You can slide your hips back, glide wide to whatever side, and then roll your chin through your chest, rounding through the back. All the way to the other side, hips slide back, and then glide wide towards the left side. Roll the chin along the chest, fill through the back heart. Moving from side to side, these like half rolling rib rotations. And then when it feels even, just find a neutral space. The elbows externally rotate forward, press into the mat to fill through the shoulder blades. Slide your hips back, lengthen through the belly, knees press wide. And then slide your heart forward, curl chin in, press to fill the back. Slide the hips back, knees press wide, lift the chin, find your length. And then curl it forward, chin to chest, rounding through the upper back. Breathe into that fullness. Slide the hips back, knees press wide, lengthen the belly and lift the chin. And then pull yourself forward, curl it in. Slide back, lengthen, open. Pull forward, chin in, press the mat, broaden. And take one more slide, the hips back, lengthen the belly, lift the chin. And then pull yourself forward, curl it in. Soften this, slide the hips back, lengthen, and then ripple forward. And creating an undulation through the spine, moving more fluid, liquid style. Allowing this wave, like the ocean, to wash through your spine. Use your breath. Breathe to feel all the spaces that you move through. Slide the hips back. Lift the arms, cross the wrists, and start to glide your ribs from side to side. Hips slide back and wide, and then just sort of resisting the wrists together as you widen the ribs from side to side. You can reach up high, arms towards the sky, lengthening through the side body. You can take some big curls, chin in, rounding through the upper back. Moving in any direction that feels appropriate to you. Letting your body inform where you want to move. How connected can you stay with what your body needs? And can you breathe in the spaces that feel a little constricted or crunchy? Release your arms, lift the shoulders up, and then roll them back. Roll the chin in, roll the shoulders forward. Lift the shoulders up into openness. So starting to create a little bit more of a heart shoulder roll. That we, as we roll the shoulders forward, curl in, broaden through the back. And then lift up, chin lifts as we roll back, open it up. Curl forward, shoulders forward, chin in. Lift it up, open it into expansion. Walk your hands back forward. Find your way into hands and knees. Press strong the mat away. Feel through the shoulder blades. So instead of collapsing here, we're really pressing down to broaden through the back. We'll tuck the toes, lift the knees, and rise up into hands and feet. And walk your feet as wide as your hips. Bend into the knees. Melt the belly towards your thighs. Slide your hips wide and high. Just take a couple of pulses here, extending the legs, rooting the hips wide and high. Pause, press down and out to the side. And then lift your hips up high, lengthen through the back of the leg, and then ripple forward, curl chin into the chest, rounding through the upper back, all the way into extension. Deep bend into the knees, melt the belly. Lift the hips high and wide, and then ripple forward through the spine. Deep bend, melt the belly to the thighs. Slide your hips wide up and high, and then ripple forward. And take one more. Bend the knees. Root the hips wide and high, and then ripple forward through the spine. Bend the knees. Slide your hips wide and high. Externally rotate right hand, toes, and knees twist to the left side. And take a couple of bends and extends here. Knees forward, hips root back. Rise, lift, and lengthen into the left side. Pour right ear over top of right shoulder. Lift the chin out of the throat. Your eyes can look towards the left fingertips. Bend, root hips wide. Soften the belly and rise the space underneath the left armpit. Take one more pulse here. Back through center, hands and feet. Bend the knees and shift your hips from side to side. Make it sweet, soft, opening through the side body. Allow your body's intelligence to move. Ribs wide, hips slide. Hey, find some stillness. Bend into the knees. Root your hips wide. Externally rotate the left hand just a little bit. Toes and knees twist to the right side. The knees bend forward. Slide the hips back. Rise open into right side. Like you're turning yourself into a human rainbow. Lift the chin out of the throat. Pour your crown over top of left shoulder. Eyes look towards the right fingertips. Knees forward, hips back. Soften the belly and rise into the space underneath the right armpit. Take one more pulse here. Come back through center. Take your eyes, look forward. A little step forward. Deep bend into the knees. Melt the belly towards your thighs. Soften your heart. And just shifting from paw to paw. A little wave of your heart from side to side. Lift up halfway, fingertips light, reach the crown, pause, press down and out to the side, root your hips back and wide. Feel the crown stretching forward, hips resisting back and wide. If you need hands to the shin or to the knees, you're welcome to lift up to that space. Strong bends into the knees, maintain a tensegrity through the back line of the leg. Reach the crown, pause, press wide. Take one more breath here. And exhale, fold. Again, let your head sort of have a little head banger. How soft can you let this flow?
Find some stillness. Weight forward in the paw of the foot. Press your paw down and out to the side. Sweep your arms wide. Reach all the way up to the sky. Stretch way up high. Fingertips reaching up. Little shift and bob like you're trying to pluck stars out of the sky. Keep a spring in the knee. The toes stay connected. Light heels. A little reaching through the ribs. Soft shoulders away from the ears. And then release your hands down by your side. Take a pause to feel. Little bends into the knees, toes connected. Lift the chin and breathe. And even as we stand in stillness, there's still this movement. There's still this energetic life force present, open, and expanding within us. That even as still as we try and be, there is still motion. There is still dynamism. And this is life. This is the blessing of the breath. Sweep your arms forward, connect both hands behind the skull. The elbows hug forward to broaden through the back. Press your head back into your hands, lengthen through the neck. Bend your knees forward, slide your hips wide. Rise through the center, open your heart to the sky. Bend the knees, curl chin in, round through the upper back. And then knees forward, hips root wide, soft belly. Rise your heart back up. Knees forward, hips back, curl it in, chin to chest, rounding through the upper back. Knees forward, hips root wide, melt the belly, lift your heart up. One more, sit back, curl in. Knees forward, hips back, rise the heart, open up. And take 2 more pulses through the center. Pause, pressing wide, hips back, rise the heart to the sky. Lift up, head presses into the hand, open. And then release and feel. We'll loosen it up a little bit. So just lighten the heels and start to find like a little pulse here, like a little shake, like a, it's like a little doop, 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 doop. And just notice how the body starts to kind of become a little bit like vibratory, vibrates. And then option to stay here if this is feeling like pretty good. Option to let the feet lift. So you start to jump. And then maybe the hands start to shake. Fingers start to shake. The arms start to shake. Maybe we start to a little shift of the hips. Reach up to the sky. Maybe we start to shake the toes, shake the feet, shake the arms. little crazy dance. Shake, move. Let your arms get wild. Let your head get wild. Shake your head, shake your toes, shake your feet. High kicks if you want. Da, 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 da. Little dance around. Move your energy. You're welcome to make any toning or noises that you need to. Whatever. Really get crazy. Shake as hard as you can. And then bring it back in a little bit. And dialing it back down until the feet just sort of connect back to the ground. We find that little pulse. And then we find some stillness. And just notice your breath. Notice your heart. Notice the seeming vibration that you've just created in your energetic bodies. And bring your hands one on top of the other to your heart and just presence here. This breath, with this breath, I prosper. With this breath, I exude life force. With this breath, I am. And allowing all experiences, all people, all places, all feelings, all sensations to move through me like a river moving down the riverbed. I'm staying so present here and now with our eternal and infinite self. This ride of bliss that we experience through dynamic movement. This path to freedom, this path to liberation. Allowing it all, letting it move, and knowing that that is the only constant in our space. Release your hands, narrow your heels, deep squat, knees wide, hips back, connect the fingertips forward, and just wash your knees, little tick-tock side to side. Plant your hands. Option to step back into hands and feet, pedal the heels. Option to push the ground super strong, eyes look forward, take some hops, land light. Knees 90-degree hop, land light. You want to push the ground so strong, eyes stay looking forward. Little hop, land light. Eyes forward, push, land light. And take a couple more. Move your energy. Be alive. And then step back, hands and feet. Pedal your heels. A little shift of your hips from side to side. Inflate your heart, lower the knees, cross the ankles behind you and sit back onto your bum. With your hands to your knees, and just start to roll through the ribs, big circles. And switch your circle other direction. Finding this widening through the ribs, this opening, breathing into more expansion from the inside out. And find some stillness. Right hand to the left knee, left fingertips can just presence behind you a little bit. Lift, lengthen through your central channel. Take a twist. And then release. Left hand to right knee, right fingertips presence behind. Lift through your central channel. Lift the chin and take a little twist. Come back through center. Left fingertips slide out, right arm reaches up, arc up and over, extend through your right side. Bow your heart down to face the left side, chin curls in, breathe here. And then peel yourself back open. Soften shoulders away from the ears, lift the chin, reach long. And then lift up. Twinkle your right hand out to the right side. Left arm, reach it up towards the sky and then arc up and over. Think about lifting through the left ribs. Soften the shoulders away from the ears. And then bow your heart down towards the right side. Curl in, chin to chest. And then peel yourself back open. Lift the chin, reach long. And rise through the left ribs, rise all the way up. Hands to the knees. Lift your chin. Take 3 breaths in and out. Breathe in fully. And out. Last one, inhale. Exhale. Big blessings, my loves. I love you so much. Happy Friday. Come and move with me. Come and move with us on Daily Ritual. There's some free classes. If you look below, you can tap in there. Yeah, what do I have going on? I have a new series starting on November 3rd, Deep and Delicious. You can find information about it on my website, www.aliciajane.com. Yeah, or I'll link it below. That's a good idea. I'll do that. Okay, so I love you guys. Happy Friday. Have a epic weekend. Breathe deeply, breathe fully, experience everything that life brings into your world, but don't attach to it. Just always, you're so full, you're so perfect, you're so complete in your present now, and just calling in so much gratitude for this breath and for this body that moves us. Peace out. I love you guys.